Greetings, drinking buddies. So today we're talking about barrel proof whiskeys, and I'm going to give you my list of 5 barrel proof whiskeys that you should be drinking right now, and they're all under 60 bucks. Cheers.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So today we're talking about cask strength, full proof, barrel proof. And what does that mean? Well, most spirits are going to be proofed down by adding water to it to hit about 80 proof to make it more palatable for mixing and things like that. But on a bourbon, all those subtle flavors are what makes it great. And when you're drinking one at full proof or barrel proof, you really get all of those extra flavors that you wouldn't pick up on one that's been watered down a little bit. So it can be really nice to enjoy a bourbon at the proof that it came out of the barrel. Now, I have several examples of barrel proofs that you might have heard of that are over 60 bucks and harder to find. You know, Stag Junior, Booker's is $100. Weller Full Proof might retail for 50, but the secondary market goes for up to 400, so I just don't feel right putting that on this list. Also, one that I just recently picked up, this Barrel Armida, I bought it for 57, and turns out my local Total Wine sells it for 95, so I didn't feel right putting that on this list. But if you're in the market for a $95 barrel proof, Booker's or Barrel Armida might be a nice choice. This Barrel Armida has a really great quality of pear and black licorice and apple and cinnamon. It is finished in pear brandy, rum, and Sicilian Amaro casks, and it's just got like tons of flavor. You put that in a glass and it just hits you with all of these different notes. And it's really fun. It's like no bourbon I've ever tasted before. But today we're going for 5 bottles under 60 bucks, and I think I can give you 5 excellent bottles that are not all that hard to find. And we're gonna begin with 1792 Full Proof. This one's a really nice bourbon that is not all that hard to find. I'm sure it's getting harder to find, but in my area, I know of multiple places where I can get it pretty regularly. It's got great flavors of sweet corn, caramel, and vanilla. It sits at 125 proof. I believe that makes it the strongest. Yep, that's gonna be the strongest bottle in my list today. But it doesn't drink hot. It has a lot of flavor going on, so you don't really notice the extra heat. Really good bottle, under 50 bucks, 1792 Full Proof. Next up, we're gonna go with the one I'm drinking here right now, the cheapest bottle on this list. This is our budget bottle, $19.99. I paid $19.99 for this bottle. I've seen it go a little bit higher in many areas, but it's under 30 bucks, and it is a wonderful 114 proof bomb of flavor. It's a high rye mash bill, so you get a lot of those warming spices you get from rye. You get the nutmeg and the cinnamon for sure, but it's sweet. It has a really strong flavor up front. Got a nice citrusy nose, but it mellows out as you drink it. It drinks hot, but just mellows. It's really solid bourbon. I really like it, and for $19.99, you cannot go wrong. Old Granddad 114. So for number 3, I'm gonna go with a Maker's Cask Strength. This is the lowest proof bottle on the list. It's 110.4 proof. This one, when I first opened it, I wasn't a big fan of, but it has grown on me. The Maker's has that characteristic of being honey roasted peanuts, and it's got some allspice, cinnamon. There's even a little bit of peaches on this. I drank this one before I poured this one, and yeah, there's some peach going on in this one. This one sells for under 50 bucks. It's not very hard to find, and it's a pretty quality bottle that you can get fairly regularly. And pour some for you and your friends. See what you think. Next up, we're gonna go with a Knob Creek Single Barrel. So this one I know single barrels can barrel from batch to batch, but this bottle is excellent. The one I got is wonderful. It's got a lot of peanut butter, it's got caramel, it's got apple going on in this one, and it sits at 120 proof. And I would say when you can buy this for 50 bucks and a bottle of Booker's is 100, I'd buy this all day before I'd go buy another bottle of Booker's. Same company makes them, and it's got a little bit more going on. It's just slightly higher proof. This is 120, those are usually around 126. But overall, for 50 bucks, you cannot go wrong. Knob Creek single barrel. Yeah, ooh, I like the barrel proofs. All right, so next up we're gonna go with Wild Turkey Rare Breed. And we're going with the rye. We chose the rye because this is my favorite rye ever. I have never tasted a rye that I like more than this. In blinds I've done with a few friends, it won in our barrel proof category, and it also won in our rye category. This is just a wonderful, wonderful bourbon. It's got so much flavor going on. This one gives you a lot of caramel, gives you a lot of butterscotch. Butterscotch is a really prominent flavor in this one. Cinnamon, black pepper. This is just a wonderful barrel proof rye. It's under 60 bucks, and you know, Russell's makes quality stuff. The Wild Turkey brand, it's quality. And this is my favorite product from them. So that should tell you how much I really like this bottle. These are my 5 barrel proof bottles that you can get fairly regularly, not that hard to find. These are 5 that you should be drinking right now. Thanks for watching.